What's up everyone? The results of the latest Power of Veto competition are in, plus Kat's family has actually taken action by reaching out to production over concerns about Rylie's behaviour. We've got so much to talk about, so welcome to your live feed update. Right before we get started, if you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm here every single day giving you everything you need to know about what's going on in that crazy house. Whether it's voting, whether it's alliances, whether it's showmances or showmances gone bad, I cover all of it. So if you don't want to miss a thing, hit the subscribe button. I'll also ask everybody if they could kindly hit the like button. It takes all of 0.2 seconds just to click that little thumbs up button down there. And as a smaller content creator, it helps me more than you even know, folks. And I do put a lot of effort into these videos, so if you feel like buying me a coffee, please consider leaving a super thanks or hitting up my PayPal link in the description. But without further ado, let's get to the update. Question of the day now, folks, and this one is a fun one. Which is your favourite Big Brother competition? The house guests actually competed in OTEV this week, which is a Big Brother classic, but I want to know what's your favourite comp. Is it OTEV? Is it Hide and Go Veto? Is it What the Bleep? I love that one, that's so much fun. Let me know in the comment section below which is your favourite competition. Alright gang, we will waste no time jumping into the results of the Veto competition. It sounds like it was OTEV, which is a Big Brother classic. If you've been watching for years, you'll need no explanation. But if you haven't been watching for years and this is your first season, OTEV, oh, you're in for a treat, folks. It's this gigantic mascot at the top of the hill, and 6 house guests start and they give you a hint on something they want you to go grab. And then you go down this massive slide and then you're waltzing around in like a pit of mud trying to grab things that resemble what OTEV has told you to go grab, and then the last person to bring it back up the slide every single time. It's almost like watching Wipeout, if anybody remembers that show. But yeah, the last person to get up with an answer that is viable will be eliminated until one person is left. But this time in the Power of Veto, of course, it was head of household Rachel competing alongside the nominees Vince, Mickey and Morgan. The 2 other players picked to play were Will and Lauren. Now the winner, folks, of the Power of Veto competition and this year's winner of OTEV is, little drum roll please in your head, it's Lauren. A massive congratulations to Lauren. I almost forgot she was there for a second. Did I just say that out loud? Yes, I did. Massive congratulations to Lauren. But what is she going to do with the veto, and is she going to use it? It's almost clear as day that she will not be using it on Mickey and Morgan. Those 2 have really alienated themselves from the entire house with their constant negativity, and especially Mickey with the constant negativity and always having something bad to say about somebody rather than being positive. There's never anything nice that comes out of Mickey's mouth, and that's unfortunate. But yeah, I am. There's something I do want to bring up. I talked yesterday about how Morgan went dumpster diving for Zach's toothbrush and looking for his bracelet. It sounds like she actually put the bracelet in her shorts for OTEV. I feel like I'm watching somebody like have this parasocial relationship. Whoa, Big Brother fans being parasocial, that's never heard of. But an actual house guest being parasocial is another thing. She really is latching onto him like there's no tomorrow. And I even saw online, it looks like Zach's followed Lauren since he left the house, but hasn't even followed Morgan. Things are a little bit awkward there. But yeah, she put the bracelet in her shorts to compete in OTEV. I don't know if she was thinking of the Big Brother Zach gods were going to be on her side, but yeah, on face value, this is somebody who has known somebody for a few weeks. This person has no interest in pursuing a relationship with her, but she is still going dumpster diving for his toothbrush and using his bracelet in her shorts in the POV competition. I hope everybody enjoyed that recap of Dateline NBC. So there we established that Lauren will not use the Power of Veto on Mickey or Morgan, but we've got to remember that the person who ran Lauren's head of household, Vince, is of course on the block. So we are almost... It's not tunnel vision that she's going to use it, because I feel like her initial reaction was saying, I don't think I'm going to use it. But Lauren is probably the most swayable house guest this season. I talked about this when she was head of household, and I said she's very easy to manipulate. She doesn't want to make any decisions on her own. She wants other people to make the decision. for her. And I know exactly what I would be asking Lauren. Like, it's getting to this point now where if Lauren and Vince were sat in the final two and I was a jury member, this would be my question, folks. Congratulations on final two, both of you. You did an amazing job, or more so one of you did. Lauren, my question to you is, what moves did you make in this game that benefited your own game more than it benefited Vince's? That would be my exact question to Lauren, because she's not doing anything. I almost think she's a lock for final five at this point. Will she make it to the end? That's another question, but she really doesn't do much. I will admit it's impressive how she managed to go from HOH back to just almost blending in seamlessly to be a fly on the wall. But why did she manage to do that? Because she didn't make any waves. She didn't do anything with her head of household reign. And when you don't do anything in Big Brother, you don't win, unless your name's Jag. Now, should a nominee come down off the block, it's most likely going to be Vince, even though I am kind of inclined to say that Lauren actually might stick to the guns and not do it because she doesn't want to make waves in classic Lauren fashion. But if a nominee does come down, of course, we've got to ask ourselves who is going up. And I do think Rachel might. There's a chance she might put up Ashley. And I know a lot of people are thinking, they're so tight. Yeah, Rachel hasn't really trusted Ashley as far as she can throw her. And Ava also had a conversation with Rachel kind of saying, don't trust Ashley too much. You know, I get the feeling that she is in Mickey's pocket, which she is. Ava's on it like a car bonnet. She said, yeah, she's in Mickey's pocket, and I think Mickey almost coaches her what to say to Rachel. And Rachel, I think, took that on board, and Ava hit the nail on the head. If you've been watching feeds, you'll know exactly that's the case. Ashley's trying to play two sides, but her real allegiance lies with Mickey. And I talked yesterday, I want Ashley to play for herself, not for Mickey and not for Rachel, either one, you know. So at this point, I think Rachel sees that Ashley is going to be a vote for Mickey. So let's eliminate one vote and put her on the block should she be renom. I don't think she would go anywhere if she ended up on the block. I might eat my shorts if that turns out to be true, or it doesn't turn out to be true. But I really think this is one of those situations where if there is a renom, she's going to go up just to eliminate a vote out, and there's probably not going to be much worry of Ashley going should she hit the block. Okay, folks, bit more of a serious update now. I didn't really see the season going in this direction at the beginning of it, but after Rylie's continued creepy behaviour that we've discussed time and time again, and, you know, just red flag after red flag really in the way he talks to Kat, raised alarm bells for a lot of viewers, especially those who've been in these situations before. Kat's family is actually worried at this point. I talked, you know, a few weeks ago, or maybe I think it was last week, about how Kat's stepmom and her aunt have both individually said, you know, stepmom said he'll never be my son-in-law, aunt said there's not love in the air, but it sounds like the family has actually taken worry to production now, and they've actually contacted production out of worry. We're going to get on very shortly about another line that Rylie has crossed over the past 24 hours to the point where people have really started to become concerned. But in terms of reaching out to production, Kat's stepmom said online, we've already contacted production and she will be fine when she gets home. She has a network of family and friends that will love and protect her if necessary. So that's good to know that Kat's got that when she gets back, because this relationship isn't lasting 100%. If she gets out and then she realizes the reception, and she's gonna be shocked. Rylie's gonna have a rude awakening when he leaves the house and realizes he can't talk to people in the way that he does, and that it's very antiquated and outdated and unacceptable the way he talks to women, you know. And I don't blame Kat's family for being concerned. I'm asking myself right now, if I had a daughter, I mean, I'm just getting annoyed even thinking about Rylie being anywhere near her. I understand why the family's concerned. I would be exactly the same, and that's why I asked everybody else here, if you had a daughter, or if you do have a daughter, if you imagine Rylie getting all up on her like he has been with Kat, I think a lot of us would be just as concerned as Kat's family is. Okay, folks, this next one is a little bit of an uncomfortable bit of dialogue to read out. It's a conversation Rylie had with Kat. A lot of alarm bells being raised, a lot of red flags. I've seen therapists online as well, people who do it for a living, talk about how Rylie is basically a walking red flag, and Kat should go in the other direction. But this one, I'm going to read this out, and you're probably going to be thinking, I think a lot of people will be like, is this even real? Yeah, it is. It's real. It's real, all right. He seemed mad that Kat was going in different directions and talking to different people during the day. That's always a great sign in a relationship, isn't it? When you're mad that your partner talks to other people. She'd gone out of her way at some points in the day to talk to Kelly, to talk to Mickey, to talk to Lauren, and Rylie just didn't seem happy with it at all. But here's some of the dialogue that came out here, folks. All right. Rylie says, "You got a problem with me today?" Kat says, "No, not at all. This isn't directed towards you." And then he goes, "You got an effing problem with me?" Kat says, "I do not have a problem with you at all. I like you a lot, and I'm talking to you because you help chill me out because I'm stressed out." And then Rylie said, "Then sit down." He also said, "Hey, what's your attitude?" Kat says, "I'm not having an attitude. I promise. I promise it's just my face." Rylie says, "No, it's your tone, that effing voice." Kat says, "I'm sorry, it's not an attitude." Rylie says, "Stop yelling at me." Wow. I don't enjoy delivering updates like this. I felt even uncomfortable reading that out loud. I'd read it before, and I'd seen the moment on the live feeds, but actually just reading it out loud right now just made me go, "Oh my word." That's scary. That's scary. Again, I'm just thinking about if that was my daughter, if I had a daughter in that situation, I'd be climbing over that wall to try and save her. That is just. He shouldn't be talking to anyone like that. He should not be talking to anyone like that. It's vile. It's disgusting. It's a little bit. It's coercive. That's the word I'm looking for. Coercive is the word that comes to mind. And I know I've seen a lot of people in my comment section saying they've been in relationships like that before, and it's been the scariest relationship that they've had. And I think we're watching it play out live right now. That's another thing. Somebody actually started a petition at this point to kick Rylie out. I can't imagine it's going to go any further because in the Big Brother rulebook, physical violence is the line. Big Brother, of course, is a social game, and manipulation is standard. But when people think of manipulation when it comes to Big Brother, it's on a game level, not on a personal coercive level, and I think that's why a lot of people have an issue with this. But by God, I'm really starting to feel sorry for Kat. I'm worried about her. It's nasty. It's nasty, and I know there's going to be the odd person who comes up right now and says, "Tom, you're being so dramatic," and I'm like, do you know what? Call me dramatic all you want, but like I said, if I had a daughter, I wouldn't want her anywhere near that. And you couldn't get me to change my answer. It's as simple as that. It's absolutely foul. Talking to somebody that he apparently loves so much, and he wants to spend the rest of his life with her. And when he says, "Don't let go of my hand" when other people enter the room, I'm sure they're going to have a lifetime of happy memories together if he's constantly saying things to her like, "You got an effing problem with me? Sit down. Hey, what's your attitude? Stop yelling at me." That's another red flag that I noticed. Kat expressing or just trying to be like, "I'm sorry," and then he turns around and says, "Stop yelling at me." She wasn't yelling at all. If you watch the clip back, folks, as well, you'll be able to easily find it online because it's been doing the rounds a lot. She was whispering, if anything. This man is controlling and coercive, and I understand why people are worried, because I would be worried too. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching. It's hard to say I enjoy when there's a topic like that. When I'm doing these updates, I have two things on my mind. I approach things with logic, and I approach things with empathy. That's what I always try and do. And I'm seeing somebody who is, a lot of viewers feel this way, worried about Kat, in this dangerous environment, Not that Rylie's going to do anything while the cameras are on, but it's just, it's one of those things where if you've been near this kind of thing, or you've seen it, or you've experienced it, it's like antennas, going ding, 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 ding. And unless you've seen it, it's probably going to be quite hard to grasp. Point is, though, I don't trust the guy. I don't like the guy, and I think he's full of it. I think he's full of crap, and I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. Yeah, I really hope Kat's going to be okay, and I'm sending love to Kat's family, all that kind of jazz. I'm just going back to imagining a family member being there. I'd be like, oh my word, like I couldn't even fathom it. So yeah, I am sending love to Catherine's family, hoping that they're all hanging in there. And I'm glad she's got a good network of friends, like Kat's stepmom said, family and friends that will be there to help if necessary. That is just really reassuring to know. But folks, I want to hear from you. I'm building a postcard wall, and I'm going to do a mail opening video very, very soon. So you've got a week left to get in anything you want to send to me. So if you want me to open something in this mail opening video, I would love to hear from you by using the address on screen right now. But we're going to close things out with a few super thanks that we've got, and then we'll say bye for the day. But first up, we've got the wonderful Deborah Griffiths. Thank you so much, Deborah. I appreciate you ever so much. Have an amazing day, my love. Thank you for always being such a supportive light on the channel. Next up, we've got Reveal the Real. And Reveal the Real says, out of the noms, who is best to leave for Rachel's game? I want a 2-time winner. I think Morgan should go. Vince and Mickey are shields for Rachel. Your thoughts? Yeah. Great insight there, because they are shields, but at the same time, those two are gunning for Rachel probably more than anybody else in the house. I would say Morgan's the safest to leave in because she's the least methodical out of the three. Vince feels untouchable. I feel like even if he's sat on the block at the end of the week, nobody's going to get rid of him because people like him too much. And then you've got Mickey, who is just going to continue to be a one-person negative barrage as the weeks go on, where if she stays, whether she wins HOH or whether Rachel goes or whatever, she'll just be a constant, like, do you know those people who just suck the life out of you when you're around them? We all know someone like that. And it's draining. Mickey is one of those people. She never has anything positive to say, and it's always negative. And not just negative, but spitefully going out of her way to say, I want to embarrass you in front of your kids. What a lovely, lovely person thing to say. So I think Vince is the best one to get out, because even though Mickey's a threat, I feel like it's going to be easy to get votes against her because she's so miserable and negative all the time. So as a result, people will just be able to shoo her out the door when she's on the block. I think she could end up going this week. It could definitely happen. But realistically, Rachel's best bet is taking Vince out. 100%. 100 million %. There's so many moving pieces in this game right now that Rachel, from a Rachel perspective, like you're asking, if Vince goes, I still think she can maneuver her way to the end. So my answer is Vince for that. Thank you so much, Reveal the Real. Next up, we've got the wonderful Connie C. Connie C says, Keanu for All Stars. That was yesterday's question. Who do you feel deserves a spot on All Stars the most? Keanu probably got the most votes. And I can see why. He's definitely adapting to this game. He comes out with these clutch comp wins. 100% he's going to deserve a slot on All Stars. I agree. Get Mickey out, and production just needs to take Rylie out. I really feel he could be dangerous. Yeah, I think a lot of people share your sentiment there, Connie. Thanks for the update, Tom, and have a great day. Thank you. I hope you have a great day too, Connie, my friend. I appreciate you as always. Sending so much love to you. Next up, we've got Super Christian Meworld, and of course, Super Christian Meworld's talking about Morgan. Morgan went dumpster diving for Zach's nasty-ass toothbrush, and here I thought I was crazy for a reality TV show guest. Her behaviour is borderline batch. Gina Marie, doggy in heat for Nick. Wow, that's a deep reference. Yeah, no, she gave me the ick. Girl, bye. I can't have you no more. Super Christian Meworld, as we can all tell, has had a crush on Morgan as the season has gone on. But the crushes went from there, it seems, to there. Maybe I'll go lower. There. Thank you so much, Super Christian Meworld. I appreciate you as always, and condolences for your crush towards Morgan. Last but certainly not least, we've got the wonderful Pockets and Stitches, who says thanks. I say thank you, Pockets and Stitches. Have an amazing day. Sending a big hug your way. I hope you've had a great weekend and have a brilliant Sunday. Thank you so much for watching as always, everybody. I hope that you're all staying safe, staying positive, and staying healthy out there. And remember to be kind to one another. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of that wonderful stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.